Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. I do hope you're well. Right, we're back in Poppyfields. So last episode we finished off the habitat and got our little viewing area over here looking a bit smarter. So I'm pretty happy with how that is going now. Although actually I just realised I should probably put a bit of education, shouldn't I, up here somewhere. Just thinking I might just sink it into the rock on the side there, just so people can have a read about the cats. Lovely stuff. Right, so yes, we started our little food area over here. Whoops, so this is what we're going to be working on today. So what I'm thinking is to put a few vending machines over here. What do we got? Let's go with an ice cream. So I was thinking of doing a few just over on this corner, mainly here because I want to hide this view here. That's my logic. Let's go hot dogs. Let's go coffee. Let's go pizza. Let's go. It's only 4. I thought there was more than that. That's fine. Let's go milkshake. And then one more food. Chief beef. Right, so there are your vending machines. And then I want to build something over them. Give them some kind of a shelter. So I think we're going to go with some planks. Let's do a bit of snapping and a bit of aligning. Okay, so let's go something like this. So it's going to be something really basic. And yes, I know I'm building this at the front. It will be behind. I'm just doing it here to get the height and everything correct. Okay, so that's a really basic back piece. Now, I'm just going to see if there's something I can use as a cover. I don't think I want something completely pre-made. Maybe a nice bit of log roofing. Let's have a look, see what I can do with this. Just wondering, probably needs to be sunk like that, and then I probably want to take it back so it's not hanging out quite so much. Something like that, and then I can duplicate that to there. Actually, let's just bring that in because it's hanging over the edge. I'm just going to get this group together. So what I think it needs here, I think I think it kind of needs this doubling up just so it looks a little bit stronger. And then the idea is you just push that back and it just creates a nice little shelter. And then hopefully I can just do a bit of maneuvering. Let's get rid of the angle snap here. Let's try and get it roughly something like that. I might, if I get this right, I might be able to get away with 3 of these. Now, obviously there'll be slight gaps at the back, but I'm fine with that. It's more, I want this front bit to be connected. Look at this, we've got loads of people coming along already. That's fantastic. Okay, how does that look? That's pretty good. Let's take that to there. Let's slide it along. Yeah, so the back bit here, I know you've got a smaller gap there than you've got there, but I kind of needed it more bothered about the front being lined up properly. And there we have it. Really simple. Just a little vending machine area. Clearly people are using it, so that's all good. Right, so back here needs to be a whole load of foliage. I need some edging. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's bring in. Let's go to our favourite over here. I think I'll use this on. I think I'll use this on this this stretch. Like around the back here, but then I won't use it on the other ones. I'm thinking those other ones probably want to be a little bit raised up, I would say. But this is a good favourite, isn't it? So I'm recording this. I'm not getting as much recording done as I would hope. I mean, I'm even struggling to get 3 a week at the moment. The main reason for that is my only recording time now. I get when my little girl sleeps on a Saturday and Sunday. I'm getting about an hour to record while she sleeps at lunchtime. So that's only enough to get 1 episode done. So I'm getting 1 episode done Saturday, 1 episode done Sunday. And then today's Tuesday. So Tuesday I don't work. I've taken Tuesdays off work completely this year to look after my little girl. But she goes to her nanny and granddad's, i.e. my mum and dad, on a Tuesday morning for just a few hours. So I get about 3 hours on a Tuesday morning now where I can do a bit of recording. But that's not all I do. I need to do certain bits of shopping. I've got a garden to look after. So like today, I've got time to do 1 recording. And that's it. And then I need to go and do some stuff in the garden. I've only got a small garden. As I have mentioned before, I am a gardener, so I love my garden. And I want it to be as good as it can be. And it's very hard to get on top of that when you've got a little girl around. So yeah, it's tricky, but you know, I want my garden to be nice, so I am going to spend some time on Tuesdays doing it. I'm afraid that's just that's my priority, is getting my garden nice, because I love my garden. I love spending time in it, and obviously I want my girlfriend and my little girl to enjoy their time out there as well. So it just needs looking after, you know. And at this time of year, I'm planting new plants. I'm getting my vegetables in, you know, all that sort of stuff as well. So there's lots going on. So yeah, so just not as much time as I would like for recording, but that's life, I'm afraid. You know, I have to be realistic. I'm not earning any money from my YouTube channel, and as much as I love doing it, I can't prioritize it over life when it's, as much as I get a lot of pleasure from it, and I love, you know, communicating with you guys and obviously playing the game itself. At the moment, obviously just Planet Zoo. I do love it all, but there are other more important things going on. So yeah, so that's just how it is, I'm afraid. All right, it looks like I misjudged that, but actually I kind of did that on purpose, because I knew that you'd never get this end bit to be the perfect length, so I needed to keep that straight so I could sink one into the other one without it not working properly. It's always tricky when you're doing these things to get these looking just right, and you often end up like that. You see where it doesn't quite work. So you just have to just manipulate stuff a bit. There we go. Look at that. That's a nice little raised flower bed, or it will be once it's got some flowers in it. Okay, let's bring this over to here and do the same again. So these will have, they'll probably have like a central small tree in, and then maybe a couple of shrubs. I think they're, yeah, no, I am going to put some flowers in. I think it needs flowers because I'm going to do shrubs around the outside of the enclosure. Sorry, not the enclosure, sorry, the area. So yeah, I don't need to do too many shrubs in here because I definitely want some nice colour in this area. My next project, I think, I quite fancy doing the Swan Lake. So that's kind of where I'm thinking at the moment. I want to do that as a walkthrough enclosure where you have a sort of a meandering path on a few islands. So it might be quite large. I think it needs to be really to be a lake with a walkthrough pathway. So that's yeah, that's my thinking at the moment. I haven't actually decided quite where that's going to go yet, but I shall work that out soon. Right, I'll just have to sort that end out. Let's see if I've performed a miracle, shall we? And line this up properly. Let's have a look. It'll do. That'll do nicely. Lovely stuff. Yeah, and then this one, it seems daft doing it for such a small little bit, but you kind of have to, just go with it. Lovely stuff. Good. Right, let's get some soil in here. So we'll go with, I think probably this nice long one. Let's keep it a little bit down. Always tricky doing these angled bits like this because you just can't basically. You have to go as far as you can and then try and find a smaller piece to fill the gaps. I don't think, yeah, it's not quite going to go all the way in there. I'll find another piece to go right into that. That's not a problem. And let's go over here. Let's do that. It's never quite perfect doing all this, but I do like to put the soil in. I have done flower beds before where I don't put soil in and I literally just fill it up with the plants so densely that you can't see the soil, but I usually like to leave some gaps. Are we all done? I think we are. Good. Let's come over to this one. Yeah, I'm quite a fan. Being a gardener, I've tried all sorts of different techniques, but I do quite like having soil showing in a flower bed. I think it depends what you're planting. It depends what sort of look you want, but I generally prefer to leave some soil showing and have each individual plant really stand out rather than all blending together. But it can work if you're doing the right sort of plants. It can definitely work having it sort of crowded. It's a more sort of cottage garden feel if you do that, which is fine, absolutely fine if that's what you want. That is not what we're going to go for here. I am intrigued to know if they're going to do any other games in the Planet series. Can you guys think of ones that you'd want them to do? Right, yeah. So if there's other games that you think that they could do in this series, I personally I'm not really sure what scope there is um, for other similar sort of games. I mean, I'd love them to do like some sort of city builder in this style where you have to build buildings and have people like a village builder or something, you know. Um, I think that could work. I think that could be interesting. I'd certainly like to see something other than animals or roller coasters. I'm just trying to see if I can squeeze this into this gap. Why is that doing that? Oh, it's aligned to surface, that's why. Yeah, always tricky filling these last little holes. There we go. Nice. Right, so let's get some shrubs going on. So I really want to get some coverage, certainly around here. I think I'm just gonna kind of layer it up with this one around here, create a nice hard edge. I don't want to cover up the stones because I think that looks really nice having the stones underneath this. But obviously this behind it is all backstage, so you don't need to see it. It's a nice looking building, so that it doesn't need to be hidden either. But yeah, I think something really nice and simple like that. And let's do that here as well. There we go. Right, and then maybe something a bit taller behind. I might have to be sneaky here. Do a little bit of a cheat. But I kind of like this kind of thing. If I just something like that. See, they're floating, but you know, from here it just looks like they're big bushes. Right, let's just get something else in the gap. Again, just raise that up there. Get a little bit of it over here. See, I love this. I love this cheating. Let's be honest, I'm cheating. See, here I can get away with it because I can just put it in the middle of the bush and make it look like it's just growing up through the bush. But obviously, if you don't get it right, you can clearly see that things are just floating in the air. But you know, it doesn't matter because you can't see that from the front. No, I don't think that looks dead. I don't mind a bit of bamboo actually. That might be nice. Actually, bamboo would make sense in here. Kind of just filling some of this. Because this just needs to look nice and sort of overgrown and bushy back here. I'm not going to do here because I don't know what I'm doing here yet. There's going to be more stuff here and I might connect this backstage bit. But for now, I think I just want to focus on what it looks like here. I like that at the moment. I'm just thinking it probably just needs a little bit of colour somewhere like this. I might even just poke one of these in here, just coming out the top there. So when you're down here, you don't really see anything at all. You can just see the tops of the logs there. You've got this building behind you here. I think that's all that needs. I think that looks really nice. And then in the front here, I want it to look lovely and colourful with a couple of these. Because those blossoms just look stunning, don't they? So when you're approaching it from probably this angle, I guess this is where you're coming from. Look at that. Oh, it just looks lovely, doesn't it? Look, you've got the lovely greens and the oranges and then the pink in the front. It's nice and welcoming, isn't it? Beautiful. Right, let's just get some... Actually, let's just got some graphical glitches going on here. So best off just sorting that out as I go along. Probably got one or two elsewhere as well. Probably, yeah, there's the same problem here as well, isn't there? So I'll just move to that. Right, let's get some flowers going on. So I'm going to do some of my favourites, like this, because I do love these. You know I love these because I use them all the time. Nice. I think I'm going to get a little bit of a few ferns or something in here as well. I like these ones as well because they're nice and dense, which I do like. Let's get these over here. Sorry for the dodgy camera work. You'd think after all this time playing the game I'd have got the camera work a bit better. But no, my fingers just go mad sometimes. Right, that's that. I'm not a fan of these, I'll be honest. Ah, yes, so this is it, the little lady ferns, you see. So as much as it's nice having lots of colour, sometimes just a nice bit of foliage as well works really well. Again, it's something I do in real life. I'm a big fan of foliage. Not everything has to have a flower. And the contrast between foliage and flower can really make or break a flower border, actually. So yeah, nice little touches of foliage in there as well. I think I'm almost done. I don't think there's anything else really. I might, oh, maybe just a couple of these. Yeah, just one or two little things there. Let me just move that in. And that's all that needs. I don't mind having a big bit of soil showing, that's fine. And there we go. That is our little food and drink area, which I think works really well. The other thing I was considering doing is, because I created this thing, I was just wondering whether I could have one of these potentially over here somehow as well. I don't know. I like the idea. Obviously I can get it in here and lose a chair. I don't mind it touching the trees because the trees would just grow through it. And it kind of blends the two areas together then, doesn't it? Yeah, let's do it. I like that. I think that looks really nice. And then if I just get rid of that. Oh, are you one of our educators? You're educating people, that's good. You're idling. Wow, I learnt so much. Fantastic. That's what I like to see. Brilliant. Okay, well there you go. There is our little food and drink area. I think that's really nice. You've got a bit of shade under there now, you see. So you've got the option of eating out in the sun or sitting in the shade. Doesn't interfere with the building there. It sort of intermingles a bit with the foliage. Brilliant. Okay, I am well chuffed with that. So let's think about our next project. Let's think about our lake. Let's have a look at the zoo so far. So this is an obvious space, I guess, back here. And I could bring this around. We've got a pathway here by the badgers that could come up and around, and then this could be the lake. So I think that's logical. Obviously, we've got all of this bit over here that we could do at some point, but I think there's quite a lot of structures going on here, so I think it'd be quite nice maybe to keep this as a structure-free area and just go with some terrain work. So let's have a look at this. Let's go fairly big. Let's go really big. Let's make this a full-on lake. So it's going to come out kind of like this. It's one of those things, until you put the water in, you can't really tell if you've gone far enough or not. Oh, game's just lagging a bit suddenly there. That's not good. Now, the trickiest bit of this is going to be getting the what's the word I'm looking for? Getting the pathway to work. but I think I kind of know how I'm going to do that. Suddenly the game is lagging. I do worry that it's these roof pits that I put on, because they do use quite a lot of polygons. I don't think that's big enough, you know. I think I'm gonna keep it going. I want the lake to be substantial, you know. I want it to be a really big area. I will have some natural islands, so don't worry about that. I'm just for now, I just want to get the basic lake shape. I'll have a little bit of land back here that the swans can get up onto. Right, let's just see what happens here. Okay, that's a good size for a lake, isn't it? Brilliant. Okay, so that's your basics. And then what I will do is have a couple of little raised areas within it. But that is going to wait for our next episode. So I will have the lake pathway that comes all the way around the outside and meets in with the badgers, and then I will have a pathway that comes off here and goes through the middle and then rejoins over here. That's the plan, with a couple of little islands so it kind of hops on and off the islands, and hopefully then the swans can just swim around the whole thing, and I'll decorate it, maybe have maybe a waterfall or something, maybe some fountains, just keep it looking really natural. So it'll be a pretty basic habitat really. Oh yeah, we've got this path as well, so this will come along and join in with this path as well. Excellent. Oh yes, and then I'll have a little gap here to fill in, so I'll do something there. But there we go, that is going to do it for now. So what do you think of the overall area here, with our palace cats, our backstage viewing bit, and our little food and drink area as well, which I think has turned out really nice. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Your feedback is always appreciated. If you've got anything else you want to say, please do leave a comment. And please do hit the like button as well, because that really helps out the channel. We have just passed 700 prescribers. No, that's not right. Subscribers now, which is a fantastic milestone. I'm very happy about that. 1,000 is my next target. So bring it on. It's going to happen one day. It's slow progress, but we'll get there hopefully. Brilliant. Let's leave it there. So thank you very much. Next episode, Lake, and I will see you in that. Until then, do take care. Bye for now.